Better to be lucky than good, huh? I'm so sorry. I had the mic. My bad. I apologize. I was holding the mic.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll start making your way in, it's 8:59. We want to begin at 9 a.m. sharp. Fine. No problem. Good-looking group this morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Paul Seabear. I'm the president of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering in Mason City, Iowa, and here in Denver, Colorado. Today is Sunday, September 16, 2018, and it's the only Sunday, September 16, 2018, we're ever going to have. We're here at the Marriott Courtyard at Denver International Airport for the September 2016 class graduation. We had quite a week, and it's quite a morning. It's a beautiful sunny morning here in Denver, Colorado, and auctioneers from a lot of different places came here 8 days ago. 36 students from Texas, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, New Hampshire, Oklahoma, Missouri again, I put it down there twice. Anyway, Minnesota, California, Kansas, New Mexico, Florida, Oregon, New York, North Dakota, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Kansas. Did I leave any states out? Also from the great country of Canada to the north of us, and the great country of Mexico to the south of us, and a student from the Philippines who grew up in New Zealand. The very first morning that we were here, the very first thing that I said was I walked around the podium and I said I can sum up what we're going to do in 4 words. We're going to work hard and we're going to have fun. And class, did you work hard? Yes. Did you have fun? Yes. Do I know about all the fun that you had, or was there some things that I missed? We work hard at Worldwide College of Auctioneering. We get up every morning at 8 o'clock, start class at 8 o'clock. We don't start at 8:01, do we, class? We start at 8. And then we usually work until 8 or 9 at night. So they're 12, 13, 14-hour days, long days. But we also have appropriate fun. Some of the classmates told me this week, yesterday, and so on, they said we didn't know what to expect, and we thought it was going to be pretty boring. And some of them said we've never laughed so much and had more fun this week. Do some of you agree with that? Yes. Yeah, we did too. The history of Worldwide College of Auctioneering, it was started in 1933. 40,000 auctioneers have sat in your seats and graduated from Worldwide in its 85-year history. This morning I'd like to say hello to Jill Marie Wiles, who's listening in. Jill Marie Wiles, one of our very best instructors, and she was here the first of the week, and she always says she likes to listen in on Sunday morning graduation and to see what her investment looks like this morning and so on, and I think she's endearing to all of us probably, isn't she, class? Someone else I'd like to mention, and that is an instructor that was not here this term, but this is Emily Weers-Kroll, and she is the 2018 International Champion Auctioneer, NAA Champion Auctioneer in the women's division, and she is the reigning International Champion Auctioneer. She'll be with us in November in Mason City, and there she is holding her trophy. She and Barrett Bray won that championship, And in addition to that, Jared Miller is a graduate of Worldwide College of Auctioneering, and he'll be helping us also. In addition to that, and both of those folks will be inducted to Hall of Fame in November. Casey Enlow from down Oklahoma City is the 2018 World Automobile Auctioneer Champion. You know, one of the things that we're very proud of is our Hall of History and Hall of Champions out there. And but that wasn't the reason that wasn't the purpose of our training here this week. It was to make to help men and women from all over this country and other countries to go back into their communities, their churches, their schools, their families, and so on, and do the very best job that they can to be successful auctioneers. And for some reason or another, Worldwide has trained more successful auctioneers than any other school. And there's a lot of good auction schools all around the country. We mentioned some this week, and certainly there's others too. That wasn't our purpose here this week, is to make champion auctioneers. But as a side note, if someone wants to be a champion auctioneer, someone asked me this week, how long does it take? And it takes varying degrees, or different varying years. Casey Enlow, this year's car champion, went 18 years in a row. Butch Booker from out in Washington went 18 years. Some of them go 1 year, so you don't know. But we're interested to help be train auctioneers to help in their communities and so on, et cetera. Now, one of the things that we do each and every morning, each and every afternoon, is do what we call the Daily Dozen Drills. And there's one particular tongue twister that's endearing to so many folks. And other folks, you know, want to commit a homicide on this woman called Betty Botter. Class, should we stand up and do 2 more Betty Botters before we depart? On Betty Botter, bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it'll make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of batter, put it in her bitter batter, made her bitter batter. So does Betty bought a bit of batter. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. And Betty bought some butter, but she said this butter bitter. If I put it in my hit him, make my batter bit. She bought a bit of batter, put it in a bitter batter, made her bitter batter, so does batter, bought a batter. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Good job. Ladies and gentlemen, our mission statement was to provide the very best auctioneer training education available today. We tried to do that. We hope that we helped you in some way, students, class, to go out and do the very best you can. One of the things, if you want to be an auctioneer, is important from minute number 1 to minute number last minute, is we try to help folks step out of their comfort zone. Class, did we help you step out of your comfort zone this week? Even at the last exercise, didn't we? The thing people fear most in life is death. Second thing they fear is public speaking. And one of the very first things I said was that you'll want to get up at the class auction and you'll enjoy getting up and selling. And I hope that was the case. Do you agree it was? I think it was for us anyway. A lot of emotions come with auction school. You're high, you're low, you have victory, defeat, you have fear and joy, exuberant, you're frustrated, you're sometimes confused. You have win, you have loss. Sometimes that you just do it perfectly, and then the next time you can't figure out why you didn't have that same chant as yesterday or earlier. Folks, class, you're going to be part of the auction profession, and that's a family. I think you saw that this week with instructors and folks that came in and out. Our instructor base is second to none. The people that just came by, past students and other people, to come by to be part of you and to be part of the auctioneer culture. So I welcome you to the auctioneer family, and it truly is a family. You know, one of the things, probably one of the biggest things that each and every classmate had to do is stare down their individual fear of getting up here, and each and every one of you did, and I'm very, very proud of you. Students, We're trained in real estate, automobiles, farm auctions, benefit fundraising auctions, livestock, antiques, collectibles, auction technology, law, voice training, social media. We even have a bilingual course led by the most recognized bilingual auctioneer in the world, Angela Lopez, with the mustache. And anyway, that's a whole other story. I'm not going in there right now. I said there's several emotions that we have, and one is fear. Certainly we know what that is. Unpleasant, strong emotion, anxious, concern, dread, fright, alarm, panic, trepidation, all those things. We know what fear is personally and professionally. Courage. When I ask people if they feel that they're courageous, almost no one ever tells me they feel that they are courageous. Something about that word. Until I tell them what the definition of courageous is. It's the ability to conquer fear. So all of you folks that were in the class are courageous. You conquered your fears. Risk, the exposure to possible loss. When people come to auction school, they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know if they're going to be put on the spot. They do. They are, in a correct way. And they wonder what they're going to risk. When you come and you risk something, you get a reward. It's something given for the attainment or achievement. You folks have earned the diploma, and here it is, and the pin that we're going to give you this morning. Integrity, adherence to a code of values, incorruptible. Every one of the folks that came to auction school, I've had a conversation with. They're full of integrity. And last, certainly not least, is satisfaction, contentment, gratification, because you've earned this pin. Some of you folks know that I'm a United States Marine, and I've earned that title. And so I get to be a United States Marine for the rest of my life. I'll never not be, because I've earned it. And you've earned this diploma. Many times people will call and they'll say, I'm an auctioneer for 30 years. I need a diploma to get a state license someplace. Vicki, I'm going to here's my credit card, send me a diploma. And Vicki say, you know, we'd love to, except we can't unless you come through school. And so sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. But that's the program that we have. I'd like to read our Irish sign this morning. On the last day, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sunshine be warm on your face and the rains fall soft on your fields until we meet again. May God hold you in the palm of his hand. And we certainly believe that and know that we're thinking of that. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the president of Worldwide College of Auctioneering and part owner. The other part owner and the vice president of Worldwide College of Auctioneering is a lady that certainly you all know and all love. And that's Vicki Ginder, and I'd like to ask her to come on up, say a few words. I often say that the auction school can run without me and others, but it cannot run without this vice president, Vicki Ginder.
Thank you, Paul. First of all, I would just like to say that all of you have been a joy to work with, and I thank you for that. I'd also like to thank all of our instructors. Paul said it best when he said that we have a group of instructors that we feel is second to none. They're all as professional as they possibly can be and full of integrity and give of themselves to help all of our students go as far as they possibly can in this industry. We want to wish you safe travels home and just welcome to our auction family, and I love you all. Thank you so much.
Well done. Hold on just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. I've got a hold of her hand and I'm not letting go. Who'd like to hear Vicki sell an item before we...
I'm sure you would, but it's just not going to happen. I'm sorry.
I guess that's called putting you on the spot, isn't it? Ladies and gentlemen, we have the only bilingual auctioneering program in the world, Spanish and English, here at Worldwide. And this year, 30, how many were there in class? 26. There was 26 folks that were in class that learned bilingual auctioneering. And they're going to take their place in not only in the United States, Canada, Mexico, and other countries, and speak bilingually in the auction profession, because you can make some money at it. So please welcome our bilingual auctioneering instructor, Angela Lopez, Orlando, Florida.
Thank you, Paul, Vicki, for this opportunity. I find it a joy and an opportunity every time I come to the auction school. We come here as instructors to shed a little bit of light that God has given us to shine upon you. But we all leave here feeling renewed. Every time I come to auction school, it takes me back to the beginning, and it just refreshes me. And when I walk out of those doors, I'm ready to attack again. I'm ready to go at it. And I want to thank every single one of you for helping me refresh myself. One thing I want to leave you with is don't ever be afraid to help others in this industry, to educate others, to guide others. You will receive a blessing back. Not that you do it for that, but it will come back to you. Help others unconditionally, and you will see lots of success in your life. Thank you, and God bless every single one of you.
Well said. And folks, Angelo usually wins the Best Dressed Award for Best Dressed. Angelo's also, you folks in class know this, was part of the 82nd Airborne. He jumped 77 times out of a perfectly good airplane. So there you go. Jeffrey, I think you wanted to say something or whatever before we present the diploma.
Thank you, Paul. So I think we could all agree that this week has been a whirlwind week at Worldwide College of Auctioneering. And if you want to use that tongue twister and get rid of Betty Botter, Paul, you're welcome to do so. I would encourage it. I'm not a fan of Betty Botter. So it's an honor for me to speak on behalf of the class. And first of all, just tell you that this has been a long week, long days, but really a short week, and has literally flown by. You know, as we look back at where we all were, on Saturday of last week when we all got here, I think we all agree we're different people, and we've come together. So I was talking with Leslie earlier, and he brought up a film that I think is indicative of our experience here, and it's Hondo. So in that film, John Wayne, those of you that have seen it, John Wayne ran across a boy who was having some tough times, and he was trying to learn how to swim. So John Wayne took him and threw him in the water and said, "Now you can swim," right? But that's not the experience that we had here. It could have been that, but that's not what we experienced when we got here. We had the Worldwide College of Auctioneering program, curriculum, but more importantly, the steady hand of Paul Bear and Vicki, the program that they put together to bring us all on and bring us all on the right way. That truly was a safe place. There was no gotchas. It was never meant for any of us. They didn't let us fail. None of us ever had a bad day, just bad moments along the way, maybe. And it's truly been a blessing. So I'll tell you that and it didn't stop there. The staff that came through, the talent, and I'll say talent, that was paraded through this room in front of each and every one of us was impressive, to say the least. We all agree on that. When we came here, we were a group of individuals from varying different paths along life, but today we are the team. And every one of you, when I signed your cane, I put the team on it, because that's the way I look at us. We're the team. After 23 years in the Army, I've been a part of a lot of different teams in a lot of different places, and this one that we have right here is second to none. So probably the biggest thing that we were taught is that auctioneering is just so much more than just a smooth chant. It really is. Being an auctioneer is about having integrity. It's about being humble and giving back, and that's certainly the watchwords that we use here each and every day. So every day, you tuned us a little bit more, right? We all came here, instruments out of tune, probably not in the best of shape, but every day you tuned us a little bit more. So we thought it would be fitting to present to the Worldwide College of Auctioneering a guitar that was signed by every member of our class. So on behalf of the September course, Paul and Vicki and Dawn, we'd like to present you with this guitar in honor of all that you've done for us and made us auctioneers.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Could you bring that over? Vicki, come on up here. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you. Put Vicki in the middle here, and right there, and we'll get a photo, some if we can. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue with the graduation, Vicki's going to sing an old Joan Baez folk song. Anyway, she used to do that in her college days, but she needed a little more wine. But we don't have wine on Sunday morning. Thank you, class. Thank you very much. This will hang. When you stop by Worldwide office in Mason City anytime, we are going to hang that in our office, and we'll think of you folks. Thank you.
And there's one more surprise.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, surprise. Surprise, surprise. First, I wanted to add, if I may, for those of us with auction experience, I've been in it for more than 2 decades, and there's others that have been in it for a long time. Alexander Dumas wrote The Three Musketeers. And in this profession, we have all found that it is really one for all and all for one. When something happens to one of our comrades, one of our brothers, you really do rally around. If someone's sick, and you mentioned this before, if someone's not feeling good, your throat's a little off, somebody comes from another lane, somebody steps up and helps you. And that is a beautiful thing that was conveyed this week. And they have definitely been, as Jeff brought out, they have definitely been behind us, and you will continue to find that as you go. The class also wanted to do something, and thanks to Don and Vicki, we are going to, as a group, send some flowers to the office for you guys. We didn't want to burden you with the transporting of it back to Iowa, so it'll be there, and that's from everyone also.
Well done. Thank you. Good job. Thanks, gentlemen. Thank you, class. Okay, we're going to get started here with the graduation, and we're going to go from Z to A this morning. Usually we go from A to Z. And say, by the way, who here worked at Julian's in California? Which class member? Or in California for an auction company? No. Did somebody work for an auction company in California? It was a woman. One of the women classmates. Okay. All right. Well, when you get to be my age, you just think of things that aren't actually even happened. You know. Who are you folks? And what meeting is this? I got it right. I got it right this time. Folks, if you looked in June or whatever, Vicki gave me the diploma. She's always organized. And then she gave me the bilingual diplomas, and I mixed them up. And so I'm going, like doing this number to her. What is going on? Well, you idiot, you mixed them up. That's what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, the format is I'm going to present you with your diploma, and Vicki is going to pin you. After that, pin the gentlemen. The ladies will be pinned by me. And anyway, I'll present this diploma, and you can say whatever you want to say up here, as long as it's, we do have a half-hour limit per classmate. Some of the folks want to get home before the snow flies. So, Brock Weisman, come on down here. Mom, would you come on up here? Somebody will grab that phone. Right in here. Samantha, will you grab her phone? There you go. Ashley will. How you doing, Mom? You know, you got a great son, and he really did a great job this week. And Mom came all the way out from Minnesota to see Brock and just make sure he was in school, I think, also, that he wasn't, going to the Rockies games every day or something. So, well done. You're a great kid. You got a great future, and you did a great job. Brock, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Vicki. I'd like to thank all the instructors, again, that took time out of their busy schedules to come and make each and every one of us better at what we do. And each and every one of them, you could just pull something away from every single word that they said. I'd like to thank all all my classmates. There isn't one thing that I haven't learned from each and every one of you. You guys have just been great in helping me out when I need it, and it's been a great week.
Well said, and I might add, folks, that when you graduate, you're going to get this diploma, and also in the mail, just like you folks are going to send Vicki flowers, we're going to send all of you, men and women, Brock hairpiece, because you've complimented his hair so well this week. Troy Voigt, come on down here, Wichita, Kansas. Come on up here. There's nobody in the class that knows more about the auction profession than Troy. And his brother Tony knows quite a bit too, but he's not here today. You go back and tell your dad you done good. Your professor said you done good. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you very much. This has been an interesting thing for me. You make choices in life. Some of you guys have been wanting to do this for your entire life. I've been around it my entire life. Some of you have too. I'm not going to say, I thank the instructors. The talent that was paraded in front of us is very humbling. I'll say if nothing else. The instructors from the school were just phenomenal, Some incredible talents, and it's been very interesting to watch and be a part of. All of you people that I've met, I appreciate knowing you, I appreciate meeting you, and I wish you all the best. The only thing, we have a lot of sayings as we come and go this last week, and I want to leave you with one more. We cannot become what we need to be by remaining what we are. That's my saying. So thank you very much, and I appreciate all of you, and I hope you all go out and have a lot of success.
Well said. Professor Leslie L. Van from Decatur, Texas, the same hometown as Doak and Wendy Lambert. And, Leslie, I'm not even going to let your daughter stay back there and film. Will you give your phone to Samantha? She'll help. She stole a couple phones in her life from folks doing that, but would you please come on up, ma'am? Folks, come on up, Melody. Melody came all the way up from Decatur, Texas. And we were over to Ted's Montana Grill the other night, and I came stumbling back. I'm not going to go into that, but anyway, I came walking back, and there was a couple in front of me, a great big guy with a cowboy hat and a pretty lady alongside, and they were holding hands, and they were just strolling back. And all I could see is the silhouette of their backs going away from me. And I just couldn't help but think, I knew who they were, and I just couldn't help but think, here's a couple that's been together for a long time. They love each other so much, and they're just enjoying life. And they weren't walking, they were just strolling. And it was so fun to see. Leslie is a superintendent, educated children for so many, many years. Went to auctions with his dad, and now you're going to become an auctioneer. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneers, you're not even going any place. Hold on just a second here. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. There you go. You bet. You're getting this, aren't you? Who's got our camera? There you go. Okay, good.
Well, Paul, Vicki, thank you very much. First off, I would like to thank my wife, Melody, for being here, taking away from her second grade students. She left them in hands of other folks, and thank you, darling, for being here and always supporting me. I'd also like to thank my family at home in Texas for their support. Yes, I did venture into the Facebook world here a few years ago, and I'd like to thank the Facebook world, and I was amazed at how many likes and comments that were made. I'd also like to give a shout out to Doak and Winnie Lambert for recommending Paul and his program and all that they do. And as I close out, I'm a retired educator of 32 years. 23 years as an administrator, worked and trained hundreds of teachers, and I can truly say that y'all are master teachers. Thank you for what you've done.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the next new auctioneer is an auctioneer that we all wish that we had his name. Frankie Valentine, come on down here. I bet women in your high school, your girls just love to talk to you, don't they? I'm going to talk to Frankie Valentine. Anyway, you did a great job. I know you and your dad do a lot of business together over there in your country and so on. You are an excellent, excellent young man, and I watched you all week. There was never a time that you let down. You stayed with the program the whole time. So, Franklin S. Valentine, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Just short and simple, thank you to Paul and Vicki and all of our instructors. I'm really glad that I made the trip out from Pennsylvania to come here. It definitely wasn't a waste of time. And I definitely feel like I'm connected to each and every one of you and that I made a lot of good friends throughout the course. Thank you to everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, a classmate that lives in one of the most beautiful places in the world, Breckenridge, Colorado, Erica Alexis Tobias. Come on down here. How you doing? You know, Erica sat right over there, and I'll never forget, as long as I live, when I said the first day that we're going to break off and we're going to start practicing. There was a look of terror, not of concern, of terror. It was kind of like, holy mackerel, what did I get myself into? You really, really did a great job. I've got the best seat in the house. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, Erica, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you, Paul.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And on behalf of the women that took this class, Eva and Sam and Lauren and Wendy and Sheila, I don't know where she is, and Deanne, there she is back there. We would like to express our gratitude. We were so surprised that you and Vicki arranged a special lunch with us with a very special woman who wrote the curriculum for the benefit auctioneering for the National Auctioneer Association. That was such a special time, and we appreciate your generosity so much. And so would like to give you a card as a token of our appreciation for your generosity to arrange that special luncheon for us, that we all really enjoyed that time of bonding and getting to know each other. And it really worked. So thank you for doing that for us.
It says, Dear Paul, thank you for arranging the dinner. We're going to say what probably has been said most to you of anything in our life. Get away from us, creep, before we call security.
Well, that's not true at all. We really want you in our lives, and you've helped us very much.
Well said. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeffrey Searle, ladies and gentlemen, from down in Eagle, Wisconsin, Lieutenant Colonel Jeffrey Searle. Jeffrey and the folks in the military will certainly understand this. Jeffrey is Lieutenant Colonel, and on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
I like a promotion. That's my favorite. Thank you very much. Well, this has truly been an honor, and I'll tell you, I don't say it lightly when I give those compliments to certainly the team that you've built, and now our team. You know, from Jill Marie Wiles, Matt Lowry, David Whitley, probably the most candid individual I've ever met in my life, Angelo Lopez, for all the right reasons. This has been really inspiring, and this isn't a job. This is a profession. And it's the one thing that I was hoping, or I was worried about leaving the military, was I wouldn't have that same camaraderie, esprit de corps, find the same style of people that I've been working with for the last 23 years. And coming here has been a real experience for me, knowing that I'm going to have that exact same thing with a new family. And it's meant a lot to me, and thank you for all the hard work you put into this. And I'm really looking forward to going on to turning the next page and going on to the next level with my next career. Thank you.
And at 23 years, thank you for your service to our country. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, a Fargo, North Dakota auctioneer, Justin Ruth, come on down here. Big, tall, good-looking guy. He could be in GQ, couldn't he, folks? Anyway, Justin is part of the Steffes team that's here, and his Scott Steffes, and of course his mom, Kelly, is. Are they listening in this morning? Yeah. Well, if they are. Well, if they are, if they are. We want to wave to them because I waved to them the other night and it wasn't even working. So anyway, if it's working this morning, but I just want to say to you, what's your Hey, look at there. All right. Justin Ruth, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations. Hey, look at there.
Thank you. I think I'm going to get that for a while. This has just been such a great experience. Coming here, I was kind of nervous, and I remember the first time I got up, I think I was about to pass out, and now I can do this a little bit more comfortably without convulsing. So, but no, I really appreciate all the instructors and all the support from you guys. And if you have any machinery to sell, I'll give you a discount. So call me.
Well said. Well said, ladies and gentlemen. A lady that hails from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, Wendy Russo, come on down here, is going to be she's on the Home Shopping Network in Florida coming up here before very long. Yes. And so we'll listen in on that. And Wendy, you did a great job. You know, interestingly, with Wendy sat right over there too. And I remember she never said 2 words the first 2 days she was here. And then class, once she found out that it was okay to show her personality and so on, didn't she blossom? She just did a wonderful job. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you. Thank you. This has been an amazing experience. I really have not been around a lot of auctions. I've only gone to some benefits, so I really didn't know what to expect, and I definitely was shocked by the differences between maybe cattle auctioning and machinery and benefits, but it was so fun and I wasn't bored for a minute. It was exciting. I got to know people from around the country and around the world. And what's been the most impressive is how serious everyone is about the career, the profession, and how kind everybody is. So I want to thank you for welcoming me to the family. I want to thank you for being a wonderful role model to all of us and a father or grandfather to all of us, whichever generation we are. And Vicki for giving us that feminine touch of kindness and warmth and acceptance that we all really needed. So thank you so much to all of you, and I'm honored. Thank you.
Well done, well done. Congratulations. Well done. You have to excuse me, folks. I'm going to rush out. I've got to rinse my teeth out, and I'll be back in here in just a minute. Grandpa's got to go out for a minute. John Ranieri, come on down here, young man from New York. Now, John's getting married in 2 weeks. 6 weeks. Okay, and we're all going to be there. And I can tell you, your wife's family is not, they're going to wonder, you know, who are these folks that are here? John, didn't he always have a smile on his face and kind of a fun thing to say? John, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. Well done.
Thank you. You're a good guy. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Vicki. This is, I think, kind of for me been almost a life-changing experience. I met a lot of good people from around the country and around the world, and didn't expect to have, I think, as much fun as I did. It was a lot, like you said, we worked hard and we had a lot of fun, and yeah, life-changing experience. So thank you again, and thank you everybody back home for supporting me, and it was a great experience.
Good job. Zane Bridger Powell from Sterling, come on down here. Look at the big guy coming up here. His dad's a sheriff. Your mom, come on up here. Samantha, no, somebody's back there. Nobody trusts Samantha. Once I said she stole a couple phones, that kind of did it for, hello, Mom. Well done, thanks for coming down. Well, this kid right here has done everything in the sale barn up at Sterling with Jim and Jason Sonamaso and all that good crew up there and the Sterling area and so on. And I can tell you, Mom, you did a good job with him. He never missed a beat. He was a gentleman the whole time. He was on task the whole time. And I don't know how he acts at home, but down here he was 100% in every way. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you. Well, just speaking on here, I'd like to thank all my family and friends back home. My dad and my aunt were going to come today, but so happened the other night, Saturday night, my dad ended up slipping off the back porch and broke his leg. So he's in the hospital right now. Ended up having surgery yesterday morning for 5 hours. Had surgery for 5 hours. So he's in the hospital, and I'd like to give a big thanks to him and my aunt. My uncle, of course, couldn't make it. He's in Stoneham, Colorado right now, assisting Binion Survey for a rough stock camp right now for riding bucking animals. So I'd like to thank all them, and of course all my friends and family all over Colorado. I don't know if I told you, all of you, but I have like over 100 cousins. Wow. Yeah, so I mean, we have a huge family, and they're all over the country and all over the world. So I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of them for supporting me and everyone. So, and thanks to all of you, because all of you guys really made this a week to remember, and I'll be friends with all of you for the rest of my life. So thank you.
Well said, well said. Nice to meet you, Mom. Ladies and gentlemen, from Beaverton, Oregon, Eva Ponce. Would you do me a favor? Will you go back down there and do backflips all the way up here to... Not today. Hey, didn't Eva add a lot to our class, ladies and gentlemen? You're a wonderful, wonderful lady. And for you folks that are visiting from other places on live stream, Eva, I saw her out there. She's doing all kinds of exercises in the morning. And, and I just went out the patio to get some fresh air, and I see she's going this way and that way. And very much a little bit like Zane's dad, I threw my back out just watching her from a distance over there. Eva, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you for making this such a safe and inclusive and fun environment. I'll keep it short. Good luck to all of you. Best of success. Do good and be good.
Well said. Come here a minute. I always look at people's eyes, and Eva, when she said that, she couldn't help herself. Her eyes glistened up because she has such a good heart. Well done, young lady. Well done. Casey, come on up here. Ladies and gentlemen, Casey Panique, and from Colorado Springs, going to be out of the Army in about 4 months. And did you, now there's a pretty lady down there, and she's either smiling at me or you, and I don't think she's smiling at me. Would you introduce her and ask her to come up?
Yeah, this is my wife, Yasmin, and I got my daughters, Katie and Zoe.
well done. Girls, may I ask you a question? When Dad was practicing with that tape, did you ever have to listen to?
She does Betty Botter better than we do.
You do? Zoe, would you come over here and do one Betty Botter for us, real quick?
Betty bought some butter, but she said it's better. If I put it in my batter, it'll make my batter better. So she bought a better, put it in better, made a better, so it's better, better.
Okay, Casey Panique, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. Well done.
Thank you very much. Hey, you know, this is awesome, and like Jeff said, we come from a place where we're used to having teams and family and stuff like that. And I said it the other night, and you know, you guys are going to be part of my family for the rest of my life while I'm an auctioneer. You know, and I really appreciate it. And I think it was the second day. There was a sign with a bunch of books on there, and Dave Ramsey was one of the books. And you know, Dave Ramsey has this saying about having the heart of a teacher, and we all know that. Between Paul and all the instructors and Miss Vicki and Angelo, they all have the heart of a teacher, and we just all really appreciate it. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Nice of you to say. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, another Colorado Springs auctioneer, Kevin Murphy from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Come on up, Mr. Kevin. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Hey, Kevin, you drove a long way every day to come to school, so you really, really wanted to be in auction school. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done that. And you remind me of a good friend of mine from Colorado Springs, and that's Paul Lund. And you don't know him, but sometime I'm going to introduce you to him. You folks have a lot of the same personality and core values. Great guy, world champion auto auctioneer. Kevin, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Actually, I did not drive every day. My best friend from high school, his name is Tom McCann. He lives in Parker, Colorado, and about 20 minutes away. And so I asked him if I could stay at his house instead of driving back to Colorado Springs or staying here at the hotel. And it's all right, Grandpa. It's okay. I'm a grandpa too, and it's the best thing that ever happened to me. So I don't mind being called Grandpa. I don't like being called Paul, but I don't mind being called Grandpa. But anyway, I'd like to thank. I didn't get to thank my wife, Aileen, the last time we got up to speak, and Aileen Barrios is her name, and she is a wonderful, wonderful lady. She's a banker, and she joined in my life late to help me with my grandchild. I'm raising my granddaughter, Sydney. Hello, Sydney, who's 12 years old, and my daughter, Megan, live with us, and so hello, Aileen, and thank you for taking care of business while I was up here working my tail off, and but thoroughly enjoyed this. Some of you guys know I signed up to come to the Worldwide School of Auctioneering 4 years ago, and didn't make it until this year. And the reason why is I had a son who had a tragic accident. His name was Michael Joseph, and he was in a severe accident, and I wasn't able to attend, and so I called and I talked to Vicki and Dawn, and I said, you know, I just can't make it. This has happened. And they said, oh, no problem, Kevin. We understand, and you know, we wish the best for your son, and you know, you can come next year. So I called again the following year and wasn't able to come, and in the third year, and so Vicki says, well, Kevin, you know, this has been 3 years now. We've given you a pass for 3 years, so that you're about done with passes. And so my wife wanted me to go to get my GC license. And so I went to school. I went and tested for my general contractor's license, which is my career, and that's what I've done all my life. And my dad always held the license, and so I thought, well, I've done this all my life. I'll just go take the test. I'll be fine. Well, I failed. I failed the test. So I said, okay, well, I'll sign up for the school and come to Denver for a week, and I'll go to school, and then I shouldn't have a problem passing. So I failed it again. And it was really disappointing because I had spent a whole week studying, and I thought, man, I'm going to ace this thing. And so I said, well, Aileen, you know, I signed up for auctioneering school, and I'm going to auctioneering school in September. And she said, well, you need to get your GC license first. And I said, no, I'm going to get my auctioneering license first. I said, I'll go back and get my GC license later. So that's what's happened. That's my story. And I've always loved auctioneering, and I buy a lot of stuff at auctions. I got 12 garages, and they're full of stuff. And so now I've decided I'm going to sell, and I can start selling all that stuff that I've been collecting all these years. So it's been a real pleasure for me to be here. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've made really great friends, and Casey and I are going to connect. We both are in Colorado Springs, and I'll connect with all of you. I hope we get a list and phone numbers of everybody so we can stay connected. I've joined the Colorado Auctioneering Association, and I plan someday to open an auction house in Colorado Springs. So you guys come to Colorado Springs, you come visit me, and we'll do an auction there. And you come visit me, and bring an associate auctioneer in that I went to school with in 2018. And it'll be a gas. It'll be a lot of fun. So, Paul, thank you so much. Very well respected. When I asked other auctioneers, where should I go to school for auctioneering? And they said, oh, no doubt, you need to go to Worldwide School of Auctioneering, Paul Seabear. And so that was why I'm here, is because I was recommended by this school from other auctioneers. Vicki, thank you so much for your graciousness. You're wonderful. And Angelo, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. We've had some great conversations. My wife is of Puerto Rican descent, and I respect the Puerto Ricans, and they're hard workers, and they're great dancers. So, thank you so much.
Thanks, Kevin. Well said. Ladies and gentlemen, Howard Eugene McQueen, Gene McQueen, come on up here. Gene is from Florida. He sat right over here during class, and he's a ringman and an auctioneer in Florida at the auto auctions and so on. Friend of Harold Brown and Aaron Brown and all those good auctioneers in Florida, and it's full of good auctioneers. Gene, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel, and thanks for singing the auctioneer song, you and Zane, the other day.
Thank you. Thank you very much for asking us to. Yeah, I am biased, of course, but the auctioneers I work with in Florida are the best. They are so good. Their passion, their dedication has hopefully rubbed off on me more than not. In my time, I have given all to the auction business, and there's been times where personal things have kept me from giving my heart. And the auction business didn't change, I changed. And the more I gave it, the more I received, and the better I became. So I encourage you to give it all you've got, give it your heart. The one thing that I went a long time before I got to do a benefit auction. And you may not be in the benefit field and say, well, I'm going to do real estate, I'm going to do cars. Do one benefit auction, just one. Just ring it, visit one. It is awesome. It really is. It's fun. I've done livestock. Those are great. My heart's in cars. But I want to thank my wife, of course, for letting me come out here. My family, it was hard being without her man for a week. But I'll be back tomorrow and heading straight to the auctions. Got to do more. But it really is a wonderful business. It really is one where we all stick together. We all pull together as we've done this week. I may never work with some of you, but we pulled together this week. All of our personalities pulled some of the other ones, the stronger ones. When we were down, you pulled us through. And it was fun seeing the look of terror like was brought out on Saturday. Okay, we're going to get up and practice. What? Not yet. Let's do it Sundays. But we did it. We did it, and it was awesome. So thank you, Paul. I had heard about Paul and Vicki and Don before I came out here from Harold and Aaron. Aaron came to this school, and he said, Vicki's great. And it wasn't until I came out here that I was actually able to experience it. It is very warm, very loving, very inviting, very safe. And those adjectives have been used, of course, but it really is. And so thank you for all of you helping me pull through. Thank you for asking me to sing the auctioneer song. Thank you, Zane, for the vocals. There you are. And thank you guys very much. I really do appreciate everything. Thank you, Angelo. Muchísimas gracias por todo. Okay, and because of that, I leave. I say no more.
Well said, well said. A couple things. When Kevin asked about the class list, you'll have a class list not only with all your classmates, but all the instructors' names and contact information also. And folks, don't you just love it when a husband speaks so highly and reaches out to his wife, when a wife speaks so highly of her husband and speaks out to them and so on. I just love that. And so I commend you folks for doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, Deanne L. Ding Dong McGee, come on down here. Now, for you folks that are listening in, I didn't call this lady a ding dong. In her chant one day, she said 25 ding dong would he give 30, and so we've all enjoyed this week, and that was your moniker from that. So anyway, you're a wonderful, wonderful lady, and I want to let you know also that you've got the world record from Worldwide College of Auctioneering class auction for buying the most canes of any student in the history, in the 85-year history. Deanne, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Well, thank you, Paul and Vicki and our bilingual instructor, Angelo, gracias. And all the other instructors that aren't here today, thank you. And I think my takeaway, I have lots of takeaways, but is the young people in this class, the caliber of the young people and how they stuck with it and how talented and how polite they were. Yeah, that was just refreshing to see. So I want to thank all of you.
Well said, you. Good job. Ladies and gentlemen, a lady from Wichita, Kansas, Samantha Luccherini. Come on down here. When Samantha got here, she didn't know exactly. I think you knew exactly what you thought you wanted to sell, but as much as anybody in class, you just soaked everything in, and I think your perspective changed from the first day to the last day. And young lady, you've got the personality. Doesn't she have a great personality? You've got the personality, you could do anything. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you. I am, I'm tearing up. I am so full of gratitude to each of you. I think I just want to share with you one of my favorite quotes, and that is, you can either live with the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And we are all riding high right now with the instruction we've been given and all the people that have poured into us. So just stay on that and go home and just do your very best. And I'm grateful to leave here with a whole new family. So thank you all.
I want you to look out there. Look at this lady's eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Does that tell you everything, how she feels about her class? That and the fact I've got my foot on her foot. That's the other. Okay, girl. Should I put it on the animal?
It's okay. Yeah, it won't cry. It's just me.
Well done. Just before you go, folks, this is actually the vest that Samantha has on is the same color as Ken's pups that he's going to sell later on. So they're different colored pups, and this could have been the sire. We don't know. We don't know really. Thanks, man. You know, ladies and gentlemen, there's a young man that came from another country, and he lives in a town of 30 million people. And there's another student that lives in a town of 20 people. And so that's quite a difference. And I'd like to ask Angela Lopez to come up and present this diploma to a wonderful, wonderful classmate from down in Mexico City.
Thank you, Paul, for the honor. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, we'd like to present Oscar Eduardo Lopez Baez this diploma. Congratulations, Colonel.
I don't know what to say. I mean, this means everything for me because my best friend used to be an auctioneer. Actually, he came here 5 years ago. He's one of the best auctioneers I've ever met, and he's a wonderful person. His name is Ivan. He passed away 2 years ago, and he's an example for me. And I want to thank Paul, Angela, Vicky, and everyone on this class. I'm not only a good auctioneer, I'm going to be a better person and a better auctioneer. And thank you all, folks. Thank you very much. Thanks to my family back in Mexico, my mom, my father, my two brothers. And this is a dream for me. Believe me, it is. And it has been a week full of fun, a week full of hard work. But believe me, I will never forget this. Thank you very much.
Well said, my friend. Congratulations. Will you do us a favor? When you get back there, and I know you'll see her, say hello from Vicki and Angela and I to our good friend Marcella. Yeah. We think a lot of her. Yes. You bet. Ladies and gentlemen, an auctioneer from Holyoke, Colorado, Gunnar Koger. Come on down here. And he's way up. He even walks cool, doesn't he, folks? Look at there. Look how he's a cool cat, I can tell you. He's a cool cat. I've said that all week. Would you ask your mom and dad to come up?
Yeah, do you guys want to come on up here?
Folks, Dad and Mom came in the other night for the auction, and they were so proud of Gunnar up there selling. And you did such a good job. And folks, I want to tell you, you did a good job raising this boy. He's got a great sense of humor. He's a good kid, but when it's time to work, he works. And we're really proud of you. I've been through Holyoke many, many times. It's not a very big town, but it's a good town. Gunnar, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. Well done, cool cat.
I don't know where he got the whole cool cat thing from, but no, really, like coming here, I was pretty nervous, really shy, you know, not knowing anyone here, plus Zane, you know, and Zane, you gotta love Zane, you gotta love Zane, but but just coming in here, and then everyone just made it feel like home, like I said, safe. I don't know if that's the right word, but it just did. Everyone made it feel like home. Everyone was so genuine and nice. You know, and you get stud auctioneers like Jordan, or, you know, just everyone here, and like, but then yet again, you don't feel, like they don't feel like they make you feel better than you, if that makes sense. You know, everyone's just so welcoming and so nice. And you can't thank Paul Seabear enough, and Vicki and Angelo, just for making this basically our second family. So I appreciate, love all you guys, and wish you all the best of luck.
Well said. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Ladies and gentlemen, a California auctioneer, Michael Joseph. Come on down here, car auctioneer, a fundraising auctioneer. Michael had already been around the auction game every week for a long, long time. And so he knew the game when he came in. And I'd like you to, you know what I'm going to say, please give my best to my good friend Justin Holmberg. one of the best, if not the best auctioneer in the world. On behalf of the World Automobile, Automobile, Livestock, on behalf of Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I got some tough shoes to fill right now. You guys did an amazing job this whole week. Everything you guys said is 100% true. Everybody on TV land, miss you. Jill Marie, miss you. Matt Larry, you're a stud. Mr. Paul Seabear, Colonel, Captain of the ship. This is your ship, a Worldwide College of Auctioneering, and you did an amazing job. You orchestrated us, taught us. Yes, sir. Yes, no, ma'am. Everything was amazing. Your life values are contagious. I was talking to Vicki yesterday, and the whole contagious ethics and integrity and value is not only with auctioneering, but it's in life, and our life skills. And everything is just, I was telling Vicki, I'm like, I talk to my friends different, I talk to my family different, I talk to my mom and dad and my wife, like everything's just different, it's contagious. And Mr. Angelo, yesterday, that was one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I respect you for that, and that was amazing. And one thing about being in a family, in the auctioneering family, back in 2007, right when I got married, I had an accident, and I was laid up on the couch for 2 months, could not go to one sale. And the auctioneers, ringmen, general managers, they donated money out of their pockets, and I got paid every week, and it paid my bills. So this is a family you guys are going to join, and you guys are jumping in right now, that they got your back. And that the auctioneering profession that we all just learned through Paul and Vicki, it's true, it's real. So just remember that. They got your back, and they're going to always be there for you, and you're going to shine, and you're going to do good, and never give up. And so thank you, Paul. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Marshfield, Missouri auctioneer that works with the world's largest collector car auction company, Jordan Hunter. Come on down here. How you doing? Jordan, of course, is a ringman for Mecum and an auctioneer in a lot of other areas. And one thing that he shared this morning early, that he took some time off and just gave back to the world with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And you used a year or two that you just worked for a year, and so he took a step out of his life. It shows his heart to me, and it shows what his values are. Also, if you folks are not familiar with Mecum, Mecum goes all over the country. They're the largest collector car auction company run by Dana and Frank Mecum. And I'll tell you the values of this boy's boss at Mecum, Dana Mecum. Dana Mecum, mom and dad got elderly, and he bought a house right next door to his so they could be near him. And I went out to an auction one time that he had, and I said, "Is Dana here yet?" And he said, "No, Dana's flying out this morning. He'll be here in a couple hours." His dad and mom had a doctor's appointment, and that was more important than anything else for him to be at that doctor's appointment. So, you know, all of this stuff is not just talk. It really, really happens. You got a big future, kid. And I said on your evaluation that we could be looking at a future world champion. Do you guys agree with me? On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Well, thank you very much. Very kind words and very humbling. Experience in this auction business I have had, and it's been a fun ride for the past about 14 years, going on 14 years. But one thing I was able to share with my wife, and just want to say hello to her back home, and thank you for your love and support, Sheraton, because without someone at home to support you guys, this business is nearly impossible. But anyway, one thing I was telling her that I shared with her one evening, I found a different side of the auction business this week and a different side of myself. You know, Paul talks, he never once encouraged us, you have to go to a competition, you have to go to a competition. And then he threw this deal out there, well, you can be a potential world champion, Paul Seabear tell you world champion. You know, so, you know, that's a big deal coming from Paul Seabear. I mean, and I appreciate that. That's humbling, though, and sometimes we need that. But Hopefully, maybe that is in the cards, you know, to compete, whether it's a world championship or not, that's not up to me. So I greatly appreciate Paul, Vicky, everything you all have done. Angelo, awesome getting to know you. We have some mutual friends, and it's awesome to share stories. But each and every one of you, man, Gunnar, thank you for the kind words. That was very kind. But each and every one of you have such a bright future. I mean, wow, this is a really neat class. I don't want to be repetitive of what everybody else has said, but this is all about giving back. And man, I'm not going to tell the story again, but I had the opportunity because somebody gave back to me. And I hope that each and every one of you, no matter when it is, find someone that you can give back to, because it's a lot better deal than just going and making a bunch of money, and this business will do that to you, but that's not what it's all about. So thank you guys. Best wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Well done. Say hello to Dana. Jordan, say hello to Dana and Frank and Matt and Jimmy and Mark and that whole good crew. Jacob Hund from Litchfield, Minnesota, come on up here. And I'm going to ask his dad, Ashley, to come on up here also. How you doing, young man? You look older than you did at the beginning of the week. Anyway, Jacob is a young man that, hasn't he added a lot to the class? 15 years old and just a great, great kid. And, you know, folks that, you know this, but for the folks that are out there, his dad actually flew in from Minnesota, Litchfield, Minnesota, to be with his son on Friday night for the student auction, also this morning for graduation. And, you know, I always say when you don't realize this yet, but you will someday. When kids are little, they all want to be on tagging along with dad. Oh, can I ride with you? Can I do this, that, and the other thing? And about this time, and a little bit older than this, then it reverses, and dad and mom wants to be in your life more and be part of your life, and that's happening. Ashley is an accomplished auctioneer and runs a part of the Steffes Group in 5 states and so on. So you did a wonderful job. And you know, I'm not going to present this diploma to you. Your dad is.
On behalf of the Worldwide College, congratulations, Colonel Jacob. I'd like to thank my dad, first of all, and then my mom back home, and all the instructors that came through, especially Paula and Vicky and Angelo. And all of you guys made it a great deal coming here and a lot of fun. Thank you.
Well said. Okay, well done, kid. Well done. Peyton Gilbert, come on down here. Jordan, would you come up too? These two boys are kind of ran together this week, you might say. A couple things about Peyton is, first of all, he's a young man, 215. Look out there. Look at the look that kid's got. Does he have a, you know? And anyway, number one of your heroes in the auction business is Joe Goggins, and we'll call him someday. You can visit with him. Joe's a good guy and a heck of an auctioneer. I know that Jordan's a good example, and you guys hung out a lot this week and talked and so on. And then secondly, folks, John's getting married in, is it 6 weeks, John? Yeah. And well, Peyton and Haley are getting married next week. So we're going to have 2 weddings coming up. And young man, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. Well done, kid. You got a big future.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for making this possible. I'd like to thank Dave Guerin for getting the numbers down and everything. And I'd like to thank Jordan for giving me the opportunity to come out here. And thank you, class, for being a heck of a class that you are. Thank you, guys.
I'm going to ask Angelo to come on over here, and present this diploma, please.
Thank you, Paul. Worldwide College would like to present to Raul Garcia Rosell this diploma. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel Raul.
I'm a colonel now. Paul, Angelo, Vicky, thank you very much for everything, and all the instructors. All of you have been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much for all your help, all your support. One of the biggest things I think I learned here, where is Peyton? Probably outside. So I can say, Peyton and Ken, you guys have shown me with your courage that it's never too early or never too late. So I really appreciate that. And I want to say thank you to my wonderful wife, Olga, for all her support. Thank you very much.
Hold on, stay here for just a minute. You know, Raul grew up in Peru, and now he lives in Centennial, Colorado. And when the first day he came, several times he said, now, you know, I'm going to be an online auctioneer. And then I think that where's Angelo at? I think you and Raul maybe had lunch the other day. They went to a Chinese restaurant, ladies and gentlemen, and anyway, Angelo talked about all of the opportunities and so on, and I think you might have going to expand your horizons. Is that correct?
Yeah, Angelo was talking to me about car auctions. So I'm going to call some friends back in Peru to see what they do over there with their cars. And my wife is over there, so I may.
Oh, wait a minute. Olga, come on up here. Olga, listen. You can sit there and say no for the next half hour. You can come on up. It's faster if you come up. Believe me. How about a round of applause for Olga?
This is my wonderful wife, Olga. I almost hide her, but I couldn't. I got it done. So, thank you very much. Okay. We are very shy people.
Well done. As you can see, that Raul married a much younger woman. And also, it's okay to make out at graduations if you want to. Ladies and gentlemen, a real cowboy from Henrietta, Oklahoma, John Eddy, come on up here. He's the real McCoy. Sometimes people will come and they'll say, there was a bunch of cowboys in class. Paul, you're one of them. I said, no, just because I wear a hat once in a while, that doesn't mean I'm a cowboy. But this is the real McCoy. He can catch a calf, and he can brand a calf, and he can ride a horse, and he can ride a bronc, and he can do the whole thing. And now, Mr. John Eddy, you're going to be an auctioneer. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Where do I begin? Coming here, I didn't know what to think, I became friends with Zane and Gunner right off the bat, and when I saw them walk down the hallway for the first time, I didn't know for sure we'd be friends or not. I thought they might be make-believe cowboys, just didn't know for sure. But we went to lunch a couple times, and we was walking back across, the first or second day, and Gunner said, well, I didn't know if I was going to like John or not. I was like, what? How can you say that, But then I got to thinking about it, and I thought, when I talked to Miss Vicky on the phone and I signed up here, I thought, I love her. She's fantastic. Right off the bat. Didn't even have to see her in person. She's great to talk to on the phone. And I told her, well, I want to talk to Mr. Paul. And she said, oh, don't worry. You'll get to talk to him plenty. And the first day I saw him, I got to thinking about, after Gunner told me that, he didn't know if he's going to like me or not the first time he saw me. I got to thinking about Mr. Paul. I thought, when I saw him, I don't know if I'm going to like him or not.
He wasn't wearing a cowboy hat. He's wearing a three-piece suit. I mean, he's looking sharp. He had that VO5 and that hair slicked back. But my point is that, you know, I didn't know. I didn't know. Your first impression of somebody, you don't know if you're going to like them or not. And you might make a judgment of them. Yes, sir.
You know, my ex-wife's attorney said the same thing.
But two of the things that Paul told us when we got here, he said, water, 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 and he also encouraged us not to sit in the same place every day. Well, I understood that, not to sit in the same place every day, although I did. And then later on, I put the water, water, water together. He must have put something in the water to get us all to like each other, or at least to like him. No, that isn't it. That isn't it. We all came together, and every time we got up on the block and came down off the block, everybody had everybody's back. There was always encouragement coming down or going up, and that's what meant the most and brought us together as a class. And now I see everybody as one. So thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, from our neighbors to the north, Lauren Drambus, come on down here. Lady with $1 million smile. Hey, class, hasn't that smile been infectious this week? Yes. Every time you got up, you just had something positive, something nice to say, and so on. And anyway, please say hello to all the good folks back in Canada that not only went through Worldwide, but the auctioneering profession. Your country is full of great auctioneers. Lauren, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel, and especially from Vicki and I, say hello to your mom.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Paul, Vicki, Angelo. I was really, really nervous to come. It's not my country, not my people, but you're my people now. I was nervous about how I would be received and my manner and how extra I can be. And leading up to coming to college, I really appreciated the warm welcome that you gave me. My mother came through Worldwide 8 years ago and ever since has sung praises to the caliber of instructors and teachings that were offered here, and I couldn't agree more coming back. Et deuxième, le plus important encore, tu à la maison en Canada avec moi, et tout me rend très fier. Merci. So what I said was, in Canada with me, you always have a home, and you all make me so proud. Mazel tov.
You know, also, for you folks that don't speak French, I speak a little French. And she also, right at the end, said, watch out for Angela's mustache, and that Paul C. has a big nose. So anyway, those two items right there. So anyway, I got to tell you this story. I got to tell you this story. So last night, we were so hungry after the deal, and I said, Vic, where do you want to eat? She said, well, I don't know. She said, how about, we've been eating out back, how about we go over to Ted's? I said, sure. I called Ted's, said, can I get a reservation? And I said, well, yeah, you can, but it's going to be a little bit longer. I said, if we get in, I'd sure appreciate it. I said, I need to talk to some folks. I said, my wife ran off with a guy with a mustache. And anyway, and we really need to talk about this if you got a table available. And that lady said, yeah, sure, whatever. I said, come on, how far are you? I said, we're just across the street. So Angela and I went in, and she said, are you the gentleman that needs a table? I said, sure. I said, you're the one with the man the wife that ran off, the man with the mustache. Angela was standing right next to me. And she looked at him, and she looked at me, and she says, here, we'll come this way. We'll set that table up. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not have a best student. We do not have a most improved student. We do not have a most popular student in the class, because I believe everybody should go out the door exactly the same way. I know some schools do that. We don't do that here because we want everybody to go out into their worlds, the very, very best, and just on the same even keel. But if we did have a most popular student, do you think that Kenneth G. Davis Jr. would be part of that? Come on, get over here. Run, Ken, run. Ken says you have to see me when I'm not in a hurry. Anyway, you know, there's certain people that endear themselves to people. And you've endeared yourself to this class so much. Every one of the students, everyone just thinks the world of you. And you're such a good guy. You've got such a great heart, great cane. You know, they say that, you know, I know you're a horse breaker, and used to be. They say the outside of a horse is good for the inside of a man and a woman. And you, sir, have certainly sat atop plenty of broncs, and I have a lot of respect for you. Before we present this diploma, I know you've got some folks here, your brothers here and so on. Would you ask them to come up?
Yeah, so that was an exceptional surprise. I didn't know he was going to show up. Troy.
Who's an auctioneer.
And he's also an auctioneer. He went to Benning, so.
Oh, well, that's good.
Before I start, I want to thank my wife at home. Without her dedication and the efforts, she probably couldn't have made this possible. So thank you, Lonnie. I think she's watching. Hey, honey. And I want to thank each and every one of you. This experience is probably the best one I've ever had in my life, around people.
Ken?
Yes?
May I just say something about that? You need to get out more on Saturday night. If this is the best. You and Lonnie need to travel.
And I want to thank everybody that was connected to your organization, everybody. Vicki, especially, you got a heart. I know you got a heart of gold because you let him be the boss. Yeah. And you're the backbone and the glue. And we all just really enjoyed you keeping this deal together. And Paul, I got one thing to say to you that you're going to understand. That was used in your generation, your aces, buddy. And that's about pretty much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, now. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. What's your first name? Troy graduated from the good school in Western College of Auctioneering up there in Billings, Montana. It's a great, great school. And you were probably there when Gail and Jerry were there.
So I apologize. I'll have to correct you for lying again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I didn't go to that school. I went to a school in Virginia.
Like I said, he was heading to Montana, but he ended up in Virginia.
That's my fault.
Okay, come on over and present your brother this.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I call him my little brother. But he's younger, but he's not little.
Well, I call you Slim. All right. Nickname from childhood. But man, I'm honored to stand here with you today and present this certificate to you, Colonel Kenneth G. Davis, Jr. Congratulations.
Well said. You folks might remember that the other night that Ken's good wife brought a quilt in, and I think it brought $200 for St. Jude Children's, $400 for St. Jude Children's Hospital. Brady, come on down here. Brady Cowan from Amarillo, Texas. Home of Spanky and Amy Assiter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, this guy never, ever not paid attention. He asked a lot of questions. He was here to get every single thing that he could. You never missed a beat this week, kid.
Well, I might have dozed off.
On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, Brady, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you, sir.
Well, just like every one of y'all said, this group of people is exceptional, every one of you, and you know, we've had some pretty intimate talks at these dinners, and we've learned a lot about the auction business, or auction profession, but the people business is what he talked about, I think, on day one, and I think the people business, outside of our classroom hours, I think I personally learned just as much from that as it was from any one of our instructors, which were top notch. And thank you, Vicki, for getting all those people lined up. And I'm glad that you brought in Jill Marie and Matt the first day to break us down and cut us to the quick so we can build fresh. And I appreciate that, and I hope that we all can stay in touch and do some kind of business together in the future. Thanks.
Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, the next graduate to graduate from Worldwide College of Auctioneering is a young man named Nakota L. Cook Smith. Come on down here a minute.
I'd just like to thank my support group for being here, my girlfriend Laura, my dad, my grandparents Skip and Joe, my other grandma Betty, my Aunt Becky, my mom Denise, and my sister Cheyenne.
Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody wants to rob the bank in Penrose right now, it'd be a good time right here.
Would you ask him to come up? Would you all come up here, please? Come on, Aunt Becky.
Samantha, would you take that phone and do it right this time? Look at this wonderful family. You know, I'd like to say about you, Nakota and family. Nakota sat right here in the front row in the front seat. And there was nobody this week that absorbed more and tried harder and worked harder and wanted it more than Nakota this week. Do you agree with that? Yeah, nobody tried harder, and I've got so much respect for you, kid. This young man came to auction school because he won $2,000 in a rodeo. He also is a hard worker. He works in a car wash back in Penrose, Colorado. The other day he said, Paul, I'd be happy to do whatever I could to get in the auction profession. He said, I'd scrub floors, I'd clean bathrooms, I'll work the ring, I'll auctioneer, I'll park cars, whatever. And there's nobody that wants to be an auctioneer more than you do, Nakota. And I have a lot of respect for you, and so on. Now, where's your girlfriend at? Would you ask her to come on over here a minute? Tell us about your girlfriend and if you guys are going to be married soon.
Well, I have stated that I'm never getting married and I'm never having kids, but if I was going to get married, this one right here would be the one. She puts up with me really good. You guys all think I'm a nice, cool guy, but I tell you what, if I stayed in this hotel this week and you guys were in the same building as me when I woke up, you wouldn't think so. I'm kind of grumpy when I wake up, and she puts up with me really well. So.
Now, son, you're young, aren't you? How old are you?
21.
You're 21. I'm going to give you some advice. Look here, Laura. Come here, man. Look at Laura. Look out there. Look at Laura's eyes. She loves this boy so much. Look at her, don't you? Yeah. Anyway, now I'm going to give you some advice, okay? Because you're young. You know when you should tell your girlfriend, Laura, you love her. Do you know when you should do that?
All the time.
That's one question. That's one answer. But another one is tell her you love her before another boy does. So anyway, okay? Nakota, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. You did a great job.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I just want to give a big thank you to Paul and Vicki. Of course, Vicki keeps Paul in line, and Paul, he really is. He cares a lot about us students. He told me I was a diamond in the rough, and that was a true compliment for me, but he says, you're a little rough around the edges, Nakota, and he says, for our student auction, he says, tonight's a big night. He's like, if you'd like to, I'd let you use my razor. He's like, we'll get you all cleaned up. You can put some of my VO5 in your hair. He says you can wear one of my suits, and I did just that, and I looked really nice, and he made sure that I wasn't a little rough around the edges when I come in here to sell.
So I really appreciated the extra care that he put into me. I also wanted to say thank you to Matt Lowry, just for being real. I come in here chanting, thinking that I had some cool noise, and you couldn't hear my numbers, and he got very real, and he said, if you want to go places, you're not going to do it doing what you're doing. And him and Jim Marie both, and Paul told me, they were real with me. They said, as soon as you get out of your own way, you're going to be great. You're going to do great things. And that's exactly what they taught me how to do, get out of my own way. And so I just wanted to say thank you to them and Matt for that. And thank you for the rest of you. You guys were really, really supportive. I really appreciate that.
Well said, young man. Thank you, folks. Thanks for coming in. Nakota, you got to get pinned by Vicky over there. And also, Nakota, you have a lot of people that love you, as evidenced by the folks that are here with you this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Coleman, come on down here from New Hampshire. Sean, please say hello to our friend Mike Chambers, his wife Kathleen, their 2 little children, and you're going to go home and do great things. You paid attention every day except the day you were sick there, and you still muddled through. He was sick one day, folks, and he didn't lay around. He came in class and just stayed right with it. So I compliment you for that. On behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
It's really great to be receiving this. As you can tell, I'm still kind of getting over the cold. But it was the laughter that helped on those days. Coming from New England, you feel like a little bit of an outsider, although New England people aren't that kind to you anyway, so it doesn't matter. But when I got out here and I walked in these doors for the first time, I was very excited to be here. I want to thank Vicky and Paul. I want to thank Don. I want to thank the audio download. That really helped. And when I walked in these doors, I saw a bunch of cowboy hats, and it's just something you don't see every day up in New England. It's wannabe cowboys if they are wearing them. And I thought, I don't know if I'm in the right spot. And right away, I got a nod from Leslie, and it made me feel a little bit at ease. And then I met Deanne. Where's Deanne? Deanne. And within a minute, you talk to Deanne in a minute, you have a friend for life. She's such a wonderful woman. And after that, we went into the room and we met Jill and Matt, and I got to know Casey, and everyone just was really nervous that first day. And if there's one thing that's true on that audio file, and if you're thinking about coming to auction school, I'll tell you this much. We worked hard and we had fun, didn't we? We worked hard and we had fun. And they put in all this effort, and you're going to get it back. And that's what life's all about. Jordan touched on it. Scott Schumann touched on it. We have an opportunity here to help people. A lot of us are blessed to be here. Not everyone had this opportunity. And there's a lot of people out there that are thinking about taking the opportunity. And I tell you, seize the moment. Grab them by the throat. Get out here. You're never going to regret it. For me, everyone I think here had breakthroughs at some points. And for me, it was when I actually wasn't feeling that good, and we were working and everyone was improving. I saw, Kevin and Erica and all these people that were struggling. I was struggling, everyone was struggling. And people were getting better and better and better. And we just laughed and we worked hard, and it got you through those things. And I didn't feel sick anymore, like I said earlier. But there's one thing that I always remember that I'm going to take away from here. And it's when you were addressing us yesterday, and I didn't know that you had had a lot thrown at you as a young man. And there was a woman in the back picture of your high school graduation, and you had said that she had helped you. And I just feel like that if any of you need anything, this man, he leads by example, and he was helped, and that's what he's doing for all of us here. So whether you do it professionally or on a personal level, any of you want to call me, you need someone to talk to, you need a place to stay, you've got it at my place if you're up in the Boston area, you don't hesitate to call me. I'll be there for you, okay? And that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Will you do me a favor? Kathleen, would you tell the
Chris Chopping, come on down here from Commerce City, Colorado. Here we go. Scott, would you give that to Samantha? And she's ruined plenty of other pictures. She might as well ruin yours too, but it said this morning. Scott, would you come up? These two auctioneers are going to work together in Commerce City, not very far from here. But Scott came over, encouraged them to come here and so on. And you spent a lot of time here this week and so on. Chris, you did a great job. And I can honestly tell you that no one worked harder this week than you, and no one came from farther. I got the best seat in the house. Your eyes were just almost terrified when I said we're going to get up, and it's kind of, oh my goodness. And but you just went through that rock. I'm real proud of you. And I'm going to ask Scott to present this diploma to you.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Vicki. Chris, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. You made it through.
I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my mentor, Scott Alexander, and my other mentor, Doug Carpenter, that they helped me get through the tongue twisters, the number drills. You know, I went and practiced every Tuesday night, like the last 4 months, you know, for 2 hours every night. And then Scott and I would meet over the week, and we would just go through those tongue twisters and number drills up and down, sideways, every which way. So that's what helped me get here and get through that. I've been ringing for Scott for 10 years now, and I love being a ringman, but I also wanted to be an auctioneer, so here I am. And thank you to Paul, and thank you to Vicki for putting on such an excellent class, and thank you to Angelo as well. And Godspeed to everybody. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grand Junction, Colorado, Sheldon Bott, come on down here. How you doing, my friend? Are you going to run home with those red shoes all the way to?
Real quick, just so I've injured and I have to wear these tennis shoes, and everybody's been asking me today. These are a new designer. They're called Frankie Valentine's.
Hey, Sheldon had a lot of fun this week. And one time, I think somebody said sold to the Amish pastor, Amish minister. Of course, the Amish don't have a mustache, but they do have the beards and so on. But anyway, you're sure a great guy, and you paid attention all week. You just absorbed everything that there was, and I watched you. Well done, my friend. Sheldon, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel. You come back and visit us just over the mountain. Come back and visit us anytime.
Thank you very much, Paul. I have to start out definitely with the person that's kept things running, has been in charge of everything. Vicki, you've been amazing.
Okay, next auctioneer we're going to...
And then, of course, everybody comes up here, and there's no doubt that every single person talks about Paul Seabear. They talk about how great he is, you know, what great character he has. I don't really like the guy, but, you know, a lot of people say good stuff about him. And then the instructors. Matt Lowry, amazing talent. Joe Marie, the insight that she has is spectacular, and a lot of people would be wise to talk to that young lady. And then, Angelo teaching us a New York accent, that was really appreciated. But most importantly is everybody in the class. From the first day when Michael tripped me in the hall and, broke my knees, and then the races with Ken,
And it's 2-1 right now, so you can, I'm going to catch up to you. We had all the military up here doing push-ups, and Jeffrey and Casey and Will, and it was good once they got off their knees. No, but it's been a lot of fun, and I know I'm missing a million people. Everybody has been an important part to this, and it is a lifelong friendship thing. That is, it can't be beat up enough. You all are very important, and I know I'm going to have some friends forever in here. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Well said, sir. Well said. Sheila Berggren, come on down here from Avondale, Arizona. The lady with the purple hair. Turn around here. Purple hair, and you know what I'm going to say? Doesn't she have the most pleasant look on her face all the time? You're just a wonderful lady, and you certainly brought a lot to the class, and we all think a lot of you, and the very best of luck when you get back home. Sheila, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you. Just want to say thank you to everybody here. We all got pushed out of our comfort zone, but we all felt safe. Everybody here made me feel safe. I was definitely pushed out of my comfort zone. So I just want to thank everybody. You guys are all wonderful and awesome. Got to thank everybody back home. All my boys, they behaved. No broken windows, no broken glass, nothing. Everybody at my auction house out there, they all kept it going. It's not burned down, they've all told me. So I just want to thank everybody. And again, thank you, Vicki. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Paul.
Hold on, you got anything else?
No.
Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, William D. Bieber. Dr. Bieber, come on down here, please. From down in Florida. Excuse me, not Florida, Rockwall, Texas, where Scotty Gray is from. Thank you, sir. I know you folks know this, but for the folks out there, John Nichols and Charles Nichols could not make it to the auction school this week. They teach for us every term, but they were had their hands full with 6 to 12 inches of rain in Fredericksburg, Virginia, with a generator going, et cetera, and John's wife, elderly parents were staying with him and so on. Dr. Bieber peeled in and did a lecture for us for that, and we appreciate that very much. You're a brilliant man. And Vicki and I have commented this many times, and yet you have a commonality that you can speak with anybody and be friends with anybody. And yeah, it really is true. And Dr. Bieber, William D. Bieber, on behalf of the Worldwide College of Auctioneering, congratulations, Colonel.
Thank you, sir. Well, I want to give a special shout out to my wife, AJ, and my kids, Lauren, Lexi, and Jonathan. This has truly been a humbling week. It starts off really by recognizing that this is the 8th graduation that I've been to. And as a very educated man, I can tell you it's very humbling to realize that I've graduated last in my class. Thank you, Paul.
It wasn't second to last, it was last.
Oh no, I am last. One of the comments that we heard over and over and over again this week was how unique this class was. How we gelled together, how we came together as friends, brothers, sisters, family members. I'm truly honored and truly humbled to be part of this class because I think it's going to be the greatest class that ever graduated from the Worldwide College of Auctioneering. And as part of this class, I had the wonderful opportunity to give an hour lecture that I've been working on for 3 years. I could not put it together and literally came together in gelled about 3 hours before I gave it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And as you know, part of that lecture included some homework for all of you, and most importantly, challenges. So I'm going to leave you with one last challenge today. You see, today is September 16th, 2018. And in 5 years, September 16th, 2023, it's on a Saturday night. And on that Saturday, I'm going to challenge each and every one of you graduates today to join me here in this same location for our 5-year reunion. Okay? All in? All in. Thank you.
Of course, Will is friends with one of our very best instructors, Gary Corbett. Didn't Gary Corbett knock the cover off the ball the other day in his lecture? He is so smart and puts it over. You can tell why I call him the king of fundraising auctioneers, and he truly is. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next portion of the graduation, and then we're going to be heading out down the road, all of us. I'd like to ask Angela Lopez to come up and present the bilingual auctioneering diplomas, please.
Thank you, Paul. Vicki. The diploma says like this: Worldwide College of Auctioneering, Mason City, Iowa, Denver. William certified bilingual auctioneer, has completed the course of study in bilingual English/Spanish auctioneering, voice and oratory, and hereby granted this diploma certification on this 16th day of September 2018 with the gold seal and signed by the president of the college, Mr. Paul Seabear. Please, when I call your name, just come and stand on one side and the other. We have a big class that took this bilingual course. First one, Mr. Dr. William D. Bieber, please. Congratulations, sir. Sheila Bergen. Sheila, congratulations. Sheldon Bott. Congratulations, Sheldon. You're welcome, sir. Sean James Coleman. Congratulations, Sean. Brady Kyle Cohen. Thank you. Lauren Drambis. Lauren. Yeah. She's going to do it in 4 languages. Yes, sir. Woo! John Eddy. John, Oklahoma. You're welcome. Raul Garcia Rosel. Muchas gracias, hermano. Peyton Gilbert. Young man. Jordan Hunter. Congratulations, brother. Michael John Joseph II. Congratulations, sir. Oscar A. Lopez Baez. What? Oscar helped me out also a lot in the class. I want to thank Oscar for all your help also. Thank you, Oscar. Samantha Lucerini. Yeah. Samantha. Congratulations. Deanne McKee. Congratulations, Diane. Howard Eugenio McQueen. Eugenio, you like that, huh? De nada, hermano. Casey Panique. I had that little Spanish accent. Eva Ponce. Eva. Congratulations, Eva. Zane Bridger Powell. Big man. Thank you, sir. Wendy Terrell Russo. Wendy, congratulations. Please. Jeffrey A. Searle. Jeff. You're welcome, Colonel. Erica Alexis Tobias. Congratulations. De nada. Leslie L. Van. Leslie. Thank you, sir. Troy W. Vogt. Congratulations, sir. Luann Young. Oh! Now, Luann's an act. I tell you, she not only auctions in English, Spanish, but does sign language at the same time in English and Spanish. I've never seen it before. In 25 years, I've never seen anyone do sign language while they're auctioning bilingually. So you have, de nada, you have quite a gift, ma'am. And Stanley Lennon Young. Woo! And Stanley surprised me. Stanley did awesome in the class also. Thank you, Stanley, for being there, for adding so much. De nada, señor. Muchas gracias a usted. And I want you to know they worked very hard. We had fun, but we worked hard, didn't we? Yes. And I know that you acquired a lot from the class, and I look forward to you going out to your communities and servicing your communities bilingually. Thank you very much to all of you. God bless you all, and congratulations. De nada.
If you'd like to be seated, folks, we'll conclude the graduation.
We missed one, Mr. Kevin Murphy. Sorry about that, Kevin. How could I forget Kevin? Thank you, sir.
Now I know how Dr. Wayne feels.
Thank you. You're welcome, sir.
Okay, Stan and Luann, come on up here just for a second before we close out. I'm going to say goodbye to Angelo. He's getting the 11 o'clock shuttle. Going to take a blower to Orlando, Florida, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Orlando. What? You give her a hug and
give this to Susan.
You bet you. Yeah. See ya. See ya, Angelo. Come on over here a minute. Luann, will you do me a favor? While I'm speaking, will you sign while I'm speaking? Okay. You know, folks, Luann and her good husband have a unique relationship. They're married. They love each other, of course. They like each other. Stan likes Luann more than she likes him, but that's a whole other story. I'm not going into that. But anyway, they are just the most wonderful people, drove all the way up from Texas. And everyone in class adds to our lives, don't they? Everyone. And certainly you have. It was just so fun for me, and fun is not the correct word, to watch you and what your gift the Lord has given you to share with people. And, you know, and also, I signed her cane the other night, and I put Luann, and in parentheses, the sleeper, because you'll remember, she said, well, I just got out of auction school. I'm not, and then she nailed it for about $300. So anyway, thank you very much, folks. They went to the good school down in Texas Auction Academy, that's now America's Auction Academy. Mike Jones runs a great school down in Dallas, Texas, and you got a great education. Thanks for being part of the Worldwide folks, too. We appreciate it very much. Stan, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Well, folks, it's 3 minutes to 11, and we always tell people that we are going to conclude the, you'll graduate by noon. What our goal is, what Vicki and I strive to do, is under promise and over deliver if we can. And so hopefully we did that this week. when you get home, thank the folks that did the chores for you, let the dog and the cat out, and watered the stock, and took the kids to school, or did the heavy lifting while you were here. That's no small thing. Also, I want you to know that these doors and our doors in Mesa City are always open to you. You get a lifelong tuition at Worldwide College of Auctioneering, and you saw it this week. People would come in and they would stay for 1 minute, 1 day, sometimes the whole course. You're always welcome here. That's not rhetorical. You're always welcome at Worldwide College of Auctioneering. So travel safely, and we certainly enjoyed it. This class was an outstanding class. I'm not saying that to make you feel good, you just were. And I commend you for that, and I congratulate you for it. And so, Worldwide College of Auctioneering, September 2018.
You are dismissed.